Well, I decided to make this video because I get a lot of questions from people asking me how I keep my planted tanks snail free. My inbox always has an interesting assortment of questions, but usually it's, do you have a problem with snails? I did. This tank here, the 9 gallon especially, was infested with pond snails due to some water hyacinth that I had in there at the end of summer from my pond. Now, there was probably 5 or 6 different ways I could have gone about getting rid of them, all of them not being very practical and most of them being time consuming. Instead, I settled on an assassin snail. You can see him on the glass there. He's doing his work. Maybe 100 babies, 5 or 6 subadults, and 4 or 5 adults were creeping through this tank. That's pond snails, not the assassins. I added a single assassin snail as I guess an experiment to see if it would do the work for me. And man, I'm so happy I purchased it. They're not expensive. They'll eat algae, they'll eat stuff on the bottom as well, but they will predominantly hunt out other snails. And I think that's great. It's natural. I didn't have to add any chemicals. I didn't have to get my own hands in there and pick out snail eggs and snails individually like all the time. That would have been so annoying. It would have drove me nuts. And quite frankly, I might not have got them all because they can get inside that log. They can get under plants. The eggs could be anywhere. But this guy right here did the trick. Now, 4 weeks, I'd say roughly, he's eradicated 90 to 95% of my snail problem. There are still a few egg clusters and I think 1 subadult in here, but hey, it's just a matter of time before he finds it. I'm also going to add one probably to the 20 long, especially since I just added some new plants recently. And I wanted to make sure that I don't have any hitchhikers. I should have adjusted the light before I panned up here. I've got it over in the corner because I was watching my cherry barbs spawn back there by the filter. Anyhow, do assassin snails work? Yes. Are they right for everybody? It depends on the problem you have. If you have like a 55-gallon tank or something and it's just inundated with ram's horn snails or pond snails or anything like that, you probably want to add more than 1 assassin. That's a lot of work for one. But add a group, add 5 or 6 or something like that, and just see if they'll do the trick for you. I mean, it can't hurt. It's very natural. Look at the betas up there just staring at him like, yeah, I know you're talking about him. You should be focused on me. I just fed him, so that's probably why he's up here by the glass, thinking that I'm going to maybe come out and give him some more bloodworms, but that is not the case, my friend. You guys already ate. There's also the white clouds in there. They do great at cleaning up most of the food that's going to fall down to the bottom. They'll go down there and pick it off the gravel, as well as that baby guppy that's still in there that I need to transfer. And the assassin will go down there and he'll do the rest. Whatever's left over, he'll chow down on. So anyways, if you guys are considering it as an option, I would say it cannot hurt to try. Like, honestly, what are you going to lose? A couple bucks out of your pocket? In general, these guys are going to get in there and they're going to get right to work. So I totally suggest it. I think anybody that's looking for a natural solution to getting rid of some snails, they're the way to go. If you can't get loaches in your tank because you're like me and you have a 20 long and a 9 that are set up by each other, you can't put fish that get large in these tanks. It's just not going to work for you. So you need smaller options. And that smaller option most certainly for me was the assassin snail. So get out there and get yourself one if you've got a bit of an infestation. And you will see that they work really well. Anyhow, people, hope everything's going well with your tanks. And as always, send me a message or leave a comment down below.